What do we got? We got ourselves Demoniac on Team Blue with Drag Fist and a swapping around the Mog. Look at you! It actually looks kind of good with a fist and the Mog and that anime looking flowing hair. That actually doesn't look that bad. We got Ixie in the back as a Warlock with Kane, as well as Palm as a Fury Warrior versus Acid Trips. Is it Acid Rip? No, it's Acid Trips as, I'm gonna say an Assassination wrong. Let's just subtlety, that would feel great. Brandon here as a Boomkin. Oh no, as a Feral, swapping it around. Chill Pills as a Frost DK. Garen as well in the background with Kurumi as a Demon Hunter, looking pretty corrupted. It's gonna be Garen first up as a Survival Hunter, landing the traps, and looks like Drag Fist, the man with that, what would you call it, Garmin hair? Shampoo? The Man and Shoulders commercial guy, dude. Popping off versus Garen is going to be eating a steel trap. Actually, no. Walking out of steel trap like it's nothing. That's going to be harpooned by Garen. Actually juking out Dragfist completely. That's going to be defensive out of Drak. Maybe a little bit too early, though. Stun coming out as Garen's trying to see if he might be able to get the Dragfist, knocking him out in the open with a grenade into a freezing trap. This man is just being played like a fiddle. Maledict to follow as a Crucible comes out. Drak tried to see if he might be able to get a Karma onto Garen. Is he going to be able to? Does land the Karma, and that was at least actually for a second a feign death from Garen, trying to see if he can juke out that Karma. The Maledict has actually prevented Drak from healing a lot. Needs to find himself a better position. Harpoon coming out, but Garen cannot find himself a heal at all. It looks like Garen played him like a fiddle. That was actually such a good explosive trap. It just came in with damage immediately. He knew where the man was gonna go. It got in his head. Here's a Survival Hunter. It's gonna be Ixie up next, playing, I think it was what looks like a Destruction Warlock, setting up a Demonic Gateway, and everything looks like Garen and Ixie are giving each other a little bit of an honor deal. Ixie and Garen exchanging dots while in the open. Garen backing up before Ixie can really get the ramp rolling. Needs to go and dot up the pet as best possible. Looks like they do have a Havoc. Looking to get a little bit of Mortal Coil. Looks like Ixie is lagging just a little bit. That, or if it's me. These guys looking like a little slidey. Ixie dropping down the floor next to Garen. It's going to be feign death for a second into a freezing trap. And a trinket has been used by Ixie a little bit early. So they are actually just kind of caught out in the middle without a paddle. Gonna be Void Operation coming out for Garen, covering large distances without Void Racial, not letting Ixie really get any advantage whatsoever. Caught himself the slowest or the smallest of heals possible. Looks like Ixie is the one lagging here a little bit. I mean, I can't really tell. Shadow Feeder around the corner. Garen is gonna get stunned up. Infernal doing a little bit of passive damage as Ixie is just trying to find themselves a better angle. Infernal down, Ixie down, and cooldown still. Playing Destruction Warlock, so that's a lot of damage available. Brand mass range Mongoose Bites are coming out for Garen. Ixie's actually obliterated Ixie from afar. The Mongoose Bites are actually doing huge damage. Double Mortal Coil giving Fixie plenty of self heals with a double Kizble back to back into Garen. Taking a lot of damage here in the opener. Having to go for Exhilaration. Might be enough to survive the damage output from Warlock. The pet Succubus getting caught in a freezing trap instead of Ixie. Not really sure if that's what he meant to go. If he meant to trap the pet or not. I highly doubt it. Mally going up onto Ixie as Garrett trying to get up close. Succubus is seen to fall, and Mally still rolling to Ixie. But he is the one in control now with the Fear to fall into Garen, trying to get an Immolate up and running. Going to be feign death by Garen. Trying to see if he max range Fear. Does max range Fear. Getting away before the Kazbolt really starts to do a lot of pressure. Ixie is super tanky in this setup versus Garen right now. He does get himself a mending bandage at least. There's going to be some recovery. So Garen is at least able to go for that big hit and one play style. Has that bear trap available, the steel trap in the back. Not really sure. Maybe he's just trying to use it for the pet. Freezing trap under the pet. That was meant to do. That was meant to happen. Harpoon onto Ixie as another Mortal Coil coming out with the Havoc. Kazbolt to follow onto Garen. Fear to lock him back down. It's going to feign death at the last second. And I believe he actually might have reduced that Kazbolt damage down to 99% reduction. Fear to fall onto Garen again. Does get a knockback onto Ixie, preventing him from finishing that cast. It looks like that tried to be a shadow. A stun from Ixie. Look at very bad on health, and down he goes. It looks like he tried to Shadow Fury Garen, but Garen might have actually outranged it. I might have actually missed it completely. Cade popping it with a big damage onto Garen, into Alexium, trying to make that touch of death work. Might be a turtle shell coming out for Garen here. Huge damage. Never really had a chance with that lockdown. Touch of death into Alexium was perfect. Too much damage. Wasn't even able to get a global out. I don't know if he has a pet sack or anything available. Pretty sure he uses a pet sack against fighting Ixie. Just being able to reduce the damage of all those chaos bolts, or immune him essentially, or that'll reduce him. Either way, Acid Trip is going to be up next. Playing an Assassination, trying to get some big damage into Kane. Got a Vendetta rolling up, and it's going to be Vanish with a Cloak of Shadows. Kane trying to see if he can AoE him out. Sounds Vendetta rolling. Still has Karma available, because he didn't have to use it on Garen. So Acid Trips is really in a bad spot. Popped every defensive from Cloak of Shadows, 2 evasion, 2 advantage. Tried to reopen it to Kane. Needs to have a strong opener. Big bike damage coming out. Should be expecting a Karma unless he gets the kill right here. Oh my goodness. Acid Trip just found the burst he needed in order to prevent the damage of the Karma. Instant blind on Demoniac as he's playing that sub-rogue. It's a trinket, but the bike knocks him almost out. Gonna be a little more Shadow Strike damage the Demoniac needs. Acid still getting around him. Blood of the enemy coming out for Demoniac. No trinket available. And it looks like Acid Trips might have been able to get away scot-free. The crippling poison from Acid Trips is huge. Demoniac, I think, oh no, he does catch it with a Shadow Strike. Acid, does he have anything left? It looks like with a couple backstabs, that's all he's got. It looked like Acid actually had himself such a good setup. Such an incredible go. And it just didn't quite pan out. Blind onto Brandon. Evasion coming out for Demoniac. Acid trying to see if he can get around the damage of Brandon. Trying to get some Shadow Strikes going. No more blood of the enemy here. No more blind available either. Is going to vanish out of this immediately. Shadow Stepper past Brandon just to see if he might be able to get past him. It looks like Brandon is going to take this one as easy as possible. Demoniac actually catch himself without any. What? Are you seriously going to corrupt him? No way. He's going for a corruption strat, dude. I've never seen this in Duels. I've never seen this. Brandon right now is just CC'd in a puddle. His corruption is building to critical levels. Snake from beyond attack. And does he one-shot with a corruption? Almost one-shots him with a corruption. Brandon's corruption finds the sides, but he's got melted in a corruption cheese. He just, oh my god, that was super extra cheesy. That's like triple cheese, dude. You have Swiss cheese, you have Havarti in there, and then you got some provolone on top of that. What is that cheese, dude? I've never seen this in the Fire 1v1 duels ever. And Demoniac, that trinket, boys, is on a 1-minute cooldown. He can pop a sap on somebody, throw a trinket on him, re-stealth, sap again. It doesn't put you in combat. Then you could blind him, kidney shot him, cheap shot him, whatever. And especially Kurumi, look at the Kurumi. He's a little bit blue looking. Kurumi's looking a little bit of blue. And Demoniac can turn that blue into red pretty quick. When you're in the red, you take more damage, do less healing to yourself. And it's just, oh, he's going for it again. Oh, he trinkets out of it into a stab. He actually can't get out. He actually can't even trinket the kidney shot or nothing. Look how blue he's gotten. He's going to be turning red in just a little bit. The longer he stays in a puddle, big bite coming out. Any one of those abilities right now could force out a thing from beyond. Hasn't gotten in the red, so he didn't have the most amount of corruption. But it's still in a critical position. The more damage he does, the more chance he has of making the eye happen. Big bike back onto Demoniac as darkness came down for Kurumi. It looks like Kurumi might have actually been able to get lucky enough to survive the full corruption spree. Smoke bomb coming out for Demoniac with that evasion. And Kurumi survived. Actually, surprisingly survived this whole setup by Demoniac. Vanish coming out by the rogue. Kurumi has himself the spectral sight maybe available. Picking up the eyes. Doesn't see Demoniac. Juke to the left. But Kurumi is super low on health. It's not going to be a sap available. Demoniac might have to catch himself a reset. Caught himself a reset for a second. Kidney shot onto Kurumi. Does not have the trinket to go for. But he might have the damage here either way. Cheap shot, eviscerate. Maybe another cheap shot. Does he have enough? Mark for death. Got it. He maybe has one more go with it. And Chilpa's looking fairly. Whoa! Chilpa swapping it around instead of the Frost DK place. So he got himself the big unholy damage coming out. Trinket for the blind immediately. Demoniac tried to see if he might be able to cloak or shadows away from Chilpa's. Tried to see if he could juke him around. Will he be able to get the big cheese available again? Does kidney shot him into a... Oh. As Demoniac dies with that IBF coming out to deal with that kidney shot. The puddle of purple does fade away, but the shield pill's actually pretty exposed against Palm. As Palm got a couple of necrotics stacking up, a big old disarm onto chill pills. AMS coming up for chill pills in case there's any corruption damage from Palm. I guess at this point, MS is actually pretty good for this, but 22% dampening is going to be pretty much a bloodbath, and Palm still has plenty of defenses to work with here. In Rage Regen, Commanding Shout, he has everything. Chill Pills has to play very, very carefully with all his resources in order to win this one. This is going to be quite tough. Stun onto Palm. He doesn't shrink at this. More necrotics is stacking up. Palm better be aware of those necrotics. Eventually, he's not going to be able to heal, even with in-range regeneration. There goes in-range regen. Needs to get massive healing. Chill Pills is getting super aggressive with those necrotic strikes. Does he get the charge? Charge heal does get at the end. Big leap, but he's still necrotic down completely, and I think Chill Pills is going to have him here. Oh my goodness, just necrotic out his enemy. What was that burst? I can't even call it burst because it's not like Demoniac got damage, right? It's more like there's things from beyond and eyeball attack and things, but that was a very interesting sneaky strat from a rogue, boys. Very interesting sneaky strat from a rogue. I like seeing that. I like seeing that. That was the first time in Duels we've seen a rogue cheese corruption puddles, dude. That was the cheesiest rogue I've ever seen. But I loved it. Holy shit, boys. All right, let's get another one going.